Boom! What's up, Waves Capital? It's Royce Jacob, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be catching up with my favorite cryptocurrency, Render token. As many of you know, Render has been the largest position in my cryptocurrency portfolio for well over a year now, and I do expect that it stays that way throughout the entirety of the next phase of the overall bull market cycle. Render is significantly more fundamentally appealing to me than pretty much any other crypto project that I've ever come across. I'm not going to act like I'm well aware or well read upon every single project out there, but from a fundamental perspective, the Render network will provide so much value over the years. And from a trade or investment perspective, the current market cap relative to the potential market cap potential with Render provides an extremely easy trade, once again, or investment at this point in time, at least in my opinion. Okay, so we will, of course, catch up on what Render does. I've posted so many videos on Render in the past that I don't want to go deep here, but Render Network is the leading provider of decentralized GPU-based rendering solutions, revolutionizing the digital creation process. Okay, if this is your first time hearing about Render, I definitely recommend you go to their site and read a lot more. Go read the white paper, go check out the team and advisors. But today, that's all we're doing. So that's done and dusted. We will, of course, talk about the market cap. I want to talk to you about where I think the market cap could go over the course of the next phase of the cycle. I will make it clear now, I don't think the next phase of the cycle is right around the corner. Personally, I think it's more likely that we see it in 2024. So, I know it kind of sucks. I know practicing patience isn't the funnest answer, but hey, it gives you plenty of time to load up if you agree with the sentiment that I have here. Okay, in terms of catching up to more recent news, I do want to read over Render's March 2023 newsletter. Okay, we'll go over some of the key highlights. There's really not a whole lot to go over here, but there is some content that I want to recommend to you, and it is included in this newsletter. So we'll cover that after we read through it. Finally, we'll go over Render on the charts, talk about the technicals, and what I expect to play out over the short to medium term. And when it comes to the longer term, if you happen to be watching this at some point in the future, I'll discuss that too. And of course, I'll just reiterate my long-term price targets, which once again will take market cap into account relative to share price, because that's pretty much all market cap is, right? Is a current price by circulating supply. You can see it at the bottom right there. So that's the video, you guys. If you do go on to gain value from it, please give the video a like, and let me know in the comments down below. Are you loaded up with Render? Do you have a bag of Render? And what is your favorite cryptocurrency? Okay, so once again, already read through that. Go read through it more if this is your first time hearing about it, but I know most of you are pretty well aware. Again, reference the market cap when we get to the charts, but March was an important month for the Render network, highlighted by preview of the network's roadmap at NVIDIA's GTC 2023 and the commencement of RNPs 002 and 003 initiated by the Render Network Foundation. Render also continued expanding its community spotlight, celebrating a remarkable set of artists as part of Women's History Month, and released an all-new set of tutorials. The newsletter for this month provides a comprehensive recap of major accomplishments in March, so enjoy. Recap of NVIDIA's GTC 2023, the future of rendering. Jules Yerbach presented a keynote at NVIDIA's GTC 2023 titled Rendering the Open Metaverse, Real-Time Ray Tracing, AI, there's the buzzword, holographic displays, and the blockchain, and participated in a panel discussion with other 3D experts titled The Future of GPU Ray Tracing. His keynote highlighted the latest advancements in rendering technology where AI, boom, holographic computing, and blockchain converge, offering a unique perspective on the intersection of AI and the future of immersive 3D media. Okay, so that's where the content comes into play. Really, there isn't much more to read here aside from this, but as far as the content's concerned, you can go on NVIDIA's site, but you do have to sign up, and there are a few hurdles you have to jump over. There's more friction. So if you guys do want to check out his entire presentation presented at this NVIDIA conference, it's on YouTube. This guy Steve Sheets did post it. It's a 2 parts. It's a long listen, and if I'm being honest, it's pretty boring, but it's kind of my job to do so. So I made it pretty almost all the way through, as you can see. But I do recommend, if you guys are render nerds like I am, you should go check it out for the, you always got to do proper due diligence. Okay, so go listen to these, or just honestly just put them on in the background. That would be my recommendation. But play them and just catch up on a token that I'm assuming if you're watching this video you probably love as well. Okay, so let's close it out with this, and then just quickly, short and sweet, you guys. So the render network is constantly evolving to include new features such as nerfs and light fields. Both features will function on the back end and can be edited on the front end using Octane render, of course. In addition, Stable Diffusion has been added to the network with a web app interface for easy access. Users can run Stable Diffusion jobs from previous rendered jobs and edit them through the in-app Photoshop app, Photopea. That was a weird word. These exciting integrations are just the beginning of what could potentially involve AI. Boom, close it out with the buzzword. AI, you throw AI in there. I'm not saying this is right, but I'm saying this is the nature of hype markets and hype cycles. This is psychology, right? You gotta throw in the buzzwords. That's just good marketing, and that's the reality of it, if you like it or not. Okay, so that's that, you guys. Again, just some quick catching up. These projects like this, you guys take time, and really, it's adoption is the adoption curve. But we're still on a pretty gradual slope. But once that adoption curve hits the point of, I'll call it terminal velocity. I guess you guys know what I'm saying. It's the opposite way of that. But once the thrusters are really engaged, that growth curve of adoption will become exponential. Okay, so only a matter of time. Again, maybe it takes longer than expected, but I do expect that over time, Render reaches a market cap of $10 billion. I do expect that to happen within the next cycle. Again, that next cycle I expect in 2024 at the Bitcoin halving, or at the next Bitcoin halving, which of course would lend itself to a 20x from here, considering we're just under $470 million market cap. Okay, so again, market cap, higher the market cap, the higher the price. Not necessarily price per share, because again, the market cap is completely dependent upon the current price by circulating supply. You can see here that the fully diluted market cap of Render, which is if the circulating supply of Render was at its max, it's at 67% right now. If it was at its max, which is 536,000, then, or I guess total supply, max supply, if it was maxed, it would be at a market cap of $686 million. Okay, regardless, if you're still talking about a $10 billion market cap, that's pretty much a 20x from even the fully diluted market cap at this point. And we probably won't have to worry about that for quite a while. My mouse is tweaking out. There we go. So again, you guys, a 20x from here at current prices would of course lend itself to, like a $25, $30 render token. And as many of you know, I think it could be much, much higher than that. $10 billion. If Render succeeds, which I do think they will, because their founder, Jules, that's him, Jules Yearback. Go watch some interviews with him if you haven't. Extremely competent. He is a veteran in the industry. He has been doing this for this is a YouTube video from TechCrunch 14 years ago. This guy has been doing this for so long. He is a nerd in the best of ways, and he is one of the best in the industry at the technology that they are trying, and I will say succeeding at deploying to. Right now, more nerds, but will hopefully become more adopted by the general public. Once again, that growth curve will become exponential. Technically speaking, Render, just covering the short term right here because it's fun for all you watching within the next few days or week or so. We are in a beautiful symmetrical triangle formation or pennant formation. Right now, Render is on a comeback. Pennant formations or symmetrical triangles typically resolve in the direction of the overall trend. Considering Render did break the line of medium-term resistance that's held since mid-February, we are now in an uptrend. We are in a technical uptrend. It is more likely than not that this pennant formation does resolve itself as a bullish pennant formation with a breakout to the upside. And honestly, I do think that we see this breakout happen. Maybe we come down, test this line of support right here one more time over the course of this 3-day weekend. As I record this, happy Easter to all of you guys who celebrated, I guess. But 3-day weekend, you love to see it. A little extra time off from the markets. but maybe we come down over the next day or two, go sideways for a little bit. But I do expect that by mid-April, we probably execute a breakout to the upside. Again, nothing's ever guaranteed, even when you're talking about the likelihood of a pattern resolution skewing. I mean, with this one, it's probably like 70-30. 30% still a pretty decent chance that it doesn't resolve as hoped. So I do think that by mid-April, this pattern does resolve itself to the upside. I do think that this pans out as a bullish pennant formation. And once this happens, I expect us to test the top end of this range around 215 or 220. Okay. From there, I don't know where we go. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And, if we do break back above this level, I'll definitely be making another video on a render. So on that note, you guys, also to close it out with another buzzword, AI. If you guys want to know how I'm trading render, how I'm positioned in render token, what my entire crypto portfolio looks like, as well as the entirety of my portfolio. Because really, crypto is a pretty stationary portfolio in the Waves Cap portfolio. I'm an options trader primarily. I trade options on a day-to-day basis, but every single crypto, every single stock position I have, every single call options position I have, put options positions to hedge, which I do update on a day-to-day basis, along with the multiple newsletters that I write every day, the trade alerts, the macro analysis, the price targets newsletters, day-to-day charts, cover render at least once a week there when, if you don't want to wait for my once a month, once every 2 month videos on render, that's the first link down below, you guys. It's $15 a month or $40 for every 3 months, up to you. But I do recommend giving it a free trial for 7 days. If you don't like it, you can always just unsubscribe, but give it a shot. I trust you'll be sticking around. And if you do, welcome to the winning team in advance. That's the first link in the description once again if you'd like to join. And lastly, I'll talk to you all in the comments downstairs about render token and about what your favorite cryptocurrency is, or hey, favorite AI stock. If you guys know any AI cryptos, let me know down below. Appreciate you watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.